Hey everyone, my name is Nolan and welcome back to another RLCraft video. And sorry, my face is super orange. I don't know if that really helped at all. But today we're going to be going over the best weapons in RLCraft. We'll go over enchantments, how to get them. And I just want to say, again, we've been doing this guide series in order of progression. So by now, I've gone over how to enchant efficiently, how to get those enchantments, how to do a villager breeder and re-roller so you guys can get those librarians with the super rare enchantments like supreme sharpness. So I've already made video guides on those. The playlist will be linked down in the description, so you guys can go check out those videos. If you want to know how to get all these enchantments and weapons and stuff, all that will be down in the description. So there are some things I want to get out of the way before we get into this. This is going to be, again, mainly opinion oriented, but also kind of not. There are some statistics and there are just a lot of numbers to go off of. However, I am not a 1,000 hour RLCraft expert pro guy. I have beaten the game entirely, and so I'm going to tell you guys what I used and what worked very efficiently for me. So there are three main weapons usually people go with: the nunchucks, the sentient great cleaver, or the pike for endgame weapons. Of the three, I'd say the nunchucks were the best. The nunchucks and the sentient great cleaver, I found that they did about the same damage. The only exception was like the parasite mobs. And the parasite mob bosses, let me be clear on that. The sentient great cleaver can take down the ender dragon, like the parasite ender dragon, the assimilated ender dragon, very, very fast. It can probably take it down faster than the flame dragon bone nunchucks. The problem with that is, in an actual survival scenario, you don't even want to be using melee weapons, period, when taking down that boss specifically, because it can like one-shot your armor, two-shot your armor, and so you just kind of want to stay far away. And so actually, the best thing for that would be the bow. And so just overall, the sentient great cleaver is pretty much on par, if not a little bit worse than the flame dragon bone nunchucks. So why not go with something that automatically attacks? The sentient great cleaver has a cooldown, and you kind of have to keep that in mind when attacking. This, you just swing and hope for the best. And on top of that, I beat the entire game using the nunchucks instead of the sentient great cleaver. So there you go. Took down all the bosses. So yeah, and also fire does more damage to the parasite mobs, so you just kind of want to use the fire nunchucks just in case. Might as well use them. So if you want to pause and get a screenshot of all those enchantments right there, those are the best enchantments that I use, and I will of course explain substitutions and stuff in a second. But if you want to just get a screenshot of that, all of those enchantments are in order of most expensive to least expensive, and I'll go over what that means in a second. But first, I wanted to just explain what some of these enchantments do and possible substitutions. So first of all, what you guys will notice is piercing capabilities and penetration. Both of those pierce armor, and I've yet to find a guide where they include both of those at the same time. Those aren't contradictions, they can go together, so why would you not use those together? My knowledge comes a lot from YouTube and Reddit, and I have not found a single guide where both of those were together, but they can go together. So why would you not use those? I'm really confused as to why you would not use them. If you guys at all find a contradiction with these two, penetration and piercing capabilities, or maybe you're finding one overrides the other, piercing capabilities is the better one. So if at any point something contradicts, get rid of penetration 5. But I was able to do this, so I don't know why you guys would not be able to. But there you go. Advanced looting and adept. Those two can go together. And so I believe the other one, Education 3. Education 3 has a higher XP drop rate, but you can't have advanced looting with it. So advanced looting plus adept is definitely the way to go, because you get more loot, and also adept is not really much less XP. So it's just way more worth it to have advanced looting 3 and adept 3. The reason why I went with subject English instead of subject PE is because in the very end stages of the game, you're going to be having a lot of buffs. Like when you go into the Lost City, you want some buffs, specific buffs. And so if you get subject PE and you start buffing yourself with random buffs, a lot of buffs are going to override, and it's going to be this whole thing with wine. It's just going to be a pain in the butt. So subject English is just the better way to go. However, if you're not going to the Lost Cities, might as well go with subject PE, because yeah. Curse of Possession, you definitely want that. At this stage of the game, you should not be dying, period. So put that on your weapon, even though if you die, your weapon goes away forever. Just put it on your weapon. So yeah, not all of these can go on something like the Sentient Great Cleaver. For example, combo, I believe, doesn't go on. But I believe maybe everything else, even arc slash, I'm pretty sure can go on the Sentient Great Cleaver. So yeah. So now, how do you actually enchant? Well, I've done a video on this already, so I'll keep it very brief. But you want to sort these in order of most expensive, which is the top, to least expensive, which is the bottom. And let me get some nunchucks here. And then you apply in the 1, 2, 4, 8 method. So you apply 1 enchanted book first, combine 2 books, and then apply that for the 2. And then combine 2, and then 2, and then 4, and then apply it like that. And then you just keep repeating that over and over and over again until you've enchanted them all the way. Also, the Reforging station will allow you guys to reforge your weapons and get better enchantments on them. So what you can do is with the Flame Dragon Bone nunchucks, you use Dragon Bones, which at this point you should have a plethora of. And as you guys can see, you can reforge them, which is that bottom enchantment down there, sweeping. The best is legendary, and it usually takes about a stack or 2 stacks to get them. I've never had it take more than 2 stacks to get legendary. But I will just keep reforging until I get legendary. Alright, so I said it's never taken more than 2 stacks, but here we are spending more than 2 stacks of Dragon Bones to try to get it. Alright. There we go. Legendary. That took about 4 stacks. So, there you go. And just because I know someone is going to ask this, the Sentient Great Cleaver, I couldn't find how you reforge it. So Nether Stars are a universal reforger. They reforge everything. Wow, it took 2 tries to get that. And at this point, you should have beaten the other bosses. I can't remember. It's like Rahuvar. It's been a while since I've actually fought the bosses. But yeah, those bosses drop a lot of Nether Stars, so you should have a pretty good amount, and you should be able to reforge the Sentient Great Cleaver and the Sentient Great Bow, which I'm going to go through next. The best enchantment for the Sentient Great Bow, because this is the best bow you can get in the game. Okay, so here is the best bow and all the enchantments you can have on it. What you guys may notice is there's no infinity. You guys should definitely have a plethora of arrows at this point. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't really think I need to explain all these. You guys can see the enchantment descriptions when you go to get them. Another thing I forgot to mention about the best weapons here is how difficult these 2 weapons are to get. You can only get them in the Lost Cities. I guess I should clarify that. You can only get them in the Lost Cities, and some of their drops are very exclusive to hard to find or hard to kill monsters. You need to kill several of the Lost City bosses to get these weapons. I think you need to kill 7 or 8 minimum. 7 or 8 minimum for a single weapon. So it is a lot. So they're very, very hard to get, and by the time you get them, you should have a maxed out set of Dragon Bone nunchucks anyways. So I just think that personally these are the best weapons in the game. I mean, you'll just get so much DPS out of them. Oh, I can actually just spawn a boss right here, so I mean, so I don't have any of like my armor or stuff or baubles that would give me extra damage. And you guys can see how much damage I'm doing with the nunchucks. Okay, I'm going to test it now with the Sentient Great Cleaver. And then also, I did just test the same Dragon Bone nunchucks but without penetration. And the damage wasn't different, I don't think. So I don't know if actually putting penetration 5 on your nunchucks will do anything. But yeah, we're going to try the Sentient Great Cleaver now, and I'm going to see if it's any better. I mean, it might be faster. I don't know. I would just personally go with the Dragon Bone nunchucks, so there you go. Okay, so yeah, that pretty much does it for this video. If I missed something or you guys have tips, you can leave them down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe for the next RLCraft guide. I'll probably go over boss fights. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.